In the lively town of Umunneoma, two girls lived worlds apart, though their homes were only a few streets away. Adaora was the spoiled daughter of Chief Ezenwa, one of the wealthiest men in the region. Her father owned businesses, estates, and luxurious cars that turned heads whenever they passed. She grew up in a mansion where the floors gleamed like mirrors and servants appeared before she even finished calling. Her wardrobe overflowed with imported clothes. Her vacations were extravagant, and her life felt like one endless celebration. She never cooked, never cleaned, never lifted a finger for anything. And because she believed wealth was permanent, she treated people with cold arrogance, especially anyone she believed was beneath her. Just a short walk away lived Chisom, the daughter of a poor carpenter. Her father, Chisom Okafor, worked tirelessly repairing old furniture for little pay, yet he carried himself with quiet dignity. Their home was a humble one-room apartment built with aging bricks, but love and discipline filled its corners. Every night, Chisom studied under the dim glow of a kerosene lamp, her books old but treasured. She dreamed of becoming a medical doctor, not for money, but to save lives and uplift her father from the grips of poverty. She was everything Adaora was not: humble, respectful, and hardworking. At school, Adaora's arrogance flourished even more. Her expensive shoes clicked loudly on the tiled corridors, and her perfume drifted ahead of her like a warning sign. Students stepped aside when she walked by, afraid of her sharp tongue and ruthless humor. She laughed at classmates who wore faded uniforms. She mocked students with strong local accents. But no one received her cruelty more than Chisom. "Chisom, the carpenter's daughter!" Adaora would shout across the classroom, lifting the girl's worn-out school bag as if it were an object of ridicule. "Do you want me to help you polish your poverty?" Her friends would laugh, not because it was funny, but because they feared her too. Chisom endured the humiliation silently. Blinking back tears, she refused to let Adaora see. But once the school bell rang and she walked home alone, the tears always came. Almost every afternoon, she returned home with swollen eyes. Her father would pause his work, look up from his dusty bench, and sigh deeply. "Nwam, who has hurt you again?" he would ask gently. Then Chisom would cry harder, telling him how Adaora mocked her clothes, blocked her path, or embarrassed her in front of everyone. Each word was like pouring salt on a fresh wound. Without fail, Chisom Okafor would pull her into his arms, wiping her tears with rough, calloused hands softened by love. "My daughter," he would whisper, "the eagle does not fight with chickens. You were made for the sky. Let people talk, but don't let them stop you. One day, your hard work will speak louder than their insults." Those words became Chisom's shield. She carried them like armor, letting them strengthen her as she studied harder than ever before. Life was watching, and life was preparing a storm one Adaora never saw coming. One unexpected morning, Umunneoma woke to shocking news. Chief Ezenwa had been arrested. A massive financial scandal shook the entire region. The businesses that once made the family powerful collapsed under investigations. Properties were seized, bank accounts were frozen, friends disappeared overnight. By evening, the Ezenwa household had fallen like a kicked anthill. Adaora, who once had servants and admirers, was left with nothing: no money, no cars, no mansion, no friends. Only shame remained. She and her mother moved into a cramped, poorly lit room on the outskirts of town. It was there that Adaora tasted real hunger for the first time, the kind that pressed against the ribs and made sleep impossible. Life had dragged her down from her golden throne and thrown her into the harsh world she once mocked. While Adaora struggled to survive, Chisom's life took a hopeful turn. Her hard work paid off, and she passed her exams brilliantly. With scholarships and support from teachers who admired her determination, she gained admission to study medicine. On the day she left for university, she hugged her father tightly and whispered, "Papa, I will make you proud. I will change our story." And she did. The years that followed drew a sharp contrast between the two girls. Chisom excelled at university, becoming one of the brightest medical students in her class. Adaora, meanwhile, suffered through poverty deeper than anything she had imagined. In desperation, she began selling tomatoes at the market, something she had once mocked other girls for doing. Her soft hands grew rough. She woke before dawn, walked long distances, and bargained with wholesalers to earn enough to survive. Some customers never believed the elegant girl with perfect diction had once lived in a mansion. But life had a way of humbling the proud. One bright Saturday morning, the market was alive with noise buyers calling out, children running between stalls, and the smell of fresh spices filling the air. Adaora quietly arranged her tomatoes, hoping no one she once knew would recognize her. That was when she heard a familiar voice, gentle, warm, unforgettable. She turned. Standing before her was Chisom, now wearing a white doctor's coat over a beautiful dress, a stethoscope around her neck, and a confident smile that radiated success. She had returned home as Dr. Chisom Okafor, invited to lead a community health project. Their eyes met. Adaora immediately looked down, her heart pounding with shame. Tears gathered in her eyes. "Chisom," she whispered, her voice breaking. This is my life now." But instead of the mockery Adaora expected, Chisom stepped closer and placed a comforting hand on her shoulder. "Life humbles us in different ways," she said softly. "What matters is who we become afterward." Adaora burst into tears, the kind she had swallowed for years. "Chisom, I was terrible to you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." Chisom's smile was gentle, sincere. "Apology accepted. If you want, I can help you enroll in free vocational training or adult education classes. You can start again, Adaora. It's never too late." For the first time in years, hope flickered inside Adaora's heart. In the years that followed, Chisom built a health center in Umunneoma, saving lives and becoming one of the most respected doctors in the region. Adaora worked hard, learned new skills, and started supplying fresh produce to local supermarkets. A humble business, but honest and entirely her own. People often whispered about the rich man's daughter who became a tomato seller and the poor man's daughter who became a doctor. But they also spoke of something deeper: grace, redemption, hard work, and humility. For in Umunneoma, everyone learned from their story that wealth can vanish, but character remains. Hard work outlives privilege. Anyone can rise, and anyone can fall. Life is unpredictable, but humility is priceless. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, please like and subscribe to this channel for more interesting stories.